All right, what's going on, everybody? We are here for the live stream. And we're back. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to finish getting set up. And we can go ahead and get started with today's Sunday live stream. How's everybody doing? Wait for everybody to get in, and we'll go ahead and get started with the live stream, guys. All right. Can anyone see me? I can see you, Pamela. Can anybody see me? Can you guys hear me? Make sure my mic and everything is up and loaded. All right, let's see. Love your interview with Sal. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, it's been a crazy week. Turn my mic up. Let me see. What about now? Can you hear me? Is it better? Is it good? How's it sound? How's the volume? Okay, perfect. Cool. Yeah, it has been an interesting week, guys. I've been had 2 interviews. I got another one coming up. It's been a fun week. Busy, but good. How's everybody doing? Hey, it's good to be back. It really is. I feel weird. I've made a video in like 2 days. Well, no, technically 3 days. So it's been just a really busy thing. Busy day, a busy couple days. A lot of running around. Things are good, man. Things are really good. I had interviews. I got another potential sponsor coming up. And just trying to get everything set to go to Europe. There is a delay now, though, so I'll be leaving now at the beginning of next month. It's unfortunate, but there are a couple things that I got to get out of the way, and yep. So, yeah. Good interview with Sal. Yeah, no, the interview was really fun. It was really interesting. Sal Patera, we did an interview, and it was really interesting, you know. So I had that interview, and then I had another one with another guy that I was watching before I started my YouTube channel. His name is Jordan F. Martin. He'll have the video of the interview that we did, I think he said around 1 p.m. Pacific time. So what time is that for me? What is it, 3 hours ahead, I think? So what, 4? So I guess he'll have it up after this, or yeah, as soon as this interview is done, or the live stream is done for today. So I'll be sure to tag everybody. I'll put it on my group page, and I'll kind of pass it around. So if you guys want to check out the interview that I did with Jordan F. Martin as well. That was a really long one, and I'm not going to lie to you guys. It was extremely deep. We got really deep because he wanted to understand my mindset on my YouTube channel, how I got where I was. So I did talk about all that stuff. Let's see. The volume's a little low. Can you turn it up a tad? I think I got the volume all the way up. Give me a second. Let me see. Maybe this will work. Is it still low? That's a first. That's really weird. Let me see. Oh, wait. Nope, you're right. Never mind. I'm looking at the wrong button. Guys, I'm not a tech-savvy person at all. So, all right. What about now? That should be a lot better. Is the volume good now? What's my favorite cruise line? Royal Caribbean. Like Royal Caribbean. But yeah, guys. So like I said, I did 2 interviews earlier this week, and it was really interesting. I did one with Sal Patera. And we did talk about maybe doing like me joining him on his group cruise in March of next year. So I mean, I'll be really excited about that, to join him on one of those cruises. We'll probably do maybe a little bit more of a collaboration or future collaborations in, you know, whenever cruising comes back. And then the interview that I did with Jordan F. Martin, guys, like I said, I'll be sure to put it on my Facebook page. Because that one, I went in really deep. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I just talked about everything, like with the cruise ship industry and my mindset to building my channel too, you know, because it was really, it was interesting what we talked about. So I'll be sure to put it up there. So yeah, we'll get to all the questions and stuff, guys. Also, so it's just been a crazy week. I had my YouTube channel critiqued by basically some representatives of YouTube. And it was really interesting what they had to say. They were surprised that my channel was doing what it was doing. You know, they said that apparently I know what I'm doing with my YouTube channel. So I mean, it was really encouraging for me to keep moving. So yeah, that was exciting. Yeah, some representatives from YouTube like picked my channel out and like critiqued it, and they were like, yeah, they gave me some changes to make. And but overall, they were just really surprised that I was able to find essentially like an untapped market, knowing about like the cruise ship industry, you know, as opposed to just talking about general cruise ship information. So it was yeah, no, it was alive, Rob. It was a live. There's some guys that, some YouTube representatives that I watched their lives in order to get knowledge to grow my YouTube channel. And yeah, it was just weird. I just kind of, it was like 1,000 or something people on there, and I asked them if they could critique it, and they just popped mine up, and I was really surprised. But I gained a lot of followers off of that too, which is really cool. So yeah, guys. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I don't know everything. I don't know, to be honest with you guys, I don't know as much as the other guys. I really don't. I just try to do my homework. I do a lot of reading. Google is your friend. I'll put it that way. And you know, as far as the cruise stuff, I know just as much as everybody else. I'm just willing to talk about it, I guess you could say. What's the news about the MSC cruises? I know the Grandiosa has finished her cruise. I'm gonna do a little bit more research. I'm gonna make a video about that tomorrow, along with all the other stuff. I gotta basically play catch up tomorrow. So I'll be making a video just getting everybody caught up. But I do know the Grandiosa has finished her 7-day cruise, so that's good news. The ship didn't sink or something weird like that. So we'll have to see how all of it plays out. I think you're genuine and straightforwardness. Thank you. I try to be. I love your videos, and research is important for us cruisers. Thank you. I really appreciate that, guys. So yeah, you know, I've been just doing my best to because I'm not a tech savvy guy. I've been slowly just trying to upgrade my channel. You know, I look at people like, let's say, La Lita Loca, and you got Don with the green screen and stuff, and I'm like, I'd love to maybe have a little bit more like, you know, a little bit more modern look to my channel, as opposed to just having it very, very, very organic, I guess you could say. So I'm in the process of looking for an editor. I'm in the process of upgrading, like, you know, my software, getting another computer, stuff like that. So just to give you guys better quality, like, as I move forward with the channel. But one thing that I am trying to do, especially because if everything works out, fingers crossed, I should be doing quite a bit of traveling pretty soon. I'm just debating on what I'm going to do as far as this channel. I think I told you guys already that I will be doing like somewhat of a vlog type deal whenever I get back on a ship, because if I go to Europe, my plan is to go over to Europe and maybe get on one of these MSC ships or Costa. It just depends on which one I can get to. I have a couple connects out that way, so I may be able to make something happen. But I think I might have, let's say on this channel, because it's growing the way it is and people don't want, you know, a change, obviously. But I'll be providing more of a visual as far as the information. So I'll probably do like a tour to talk about what's changed on board the ship. But I do have another channel called Jay the Nomad, where it's more so traveling. Usually I put my Airbnb reviews and stuff like that. So I may make like a more fun type, like just, I guess, me enjoying my time on the ship. I might do that on my other channel just to, you know, differentiate the two. And then like my Airbnb reviews, stuff like that, I'm going to bring that back. I'm going to put that on my other channel as well. So yeah, but I'll probably talk about that more later in the live. Let's see, are cruise ships still sailing right now? Do you think so? Do you think it's safe? Yeah, I mean, they're sailing over in Europe. They're not sailing really anywhere else. And then you got Genting, but unfortunately, like you got that particular cruise line, it might end up going bankrupt. So I need to actually upgrade you or update you guys on that too. So like I said, I got a lot of catching up to do with some of these videos, but we'll get to it. Let's see, does the officers mess and crew mess have the same food? You know, when I was on my ship, so when I was on the NCL Escape and other ships that I've seen, there is no officer mess, there is no crew mess. Like they have, like the officers and the captain may have certain quarters where they have certain food, yeah. In that regard, then typically they may have their pick of the guest food. That's the only difference. It'd be great so we know all the changes on cruising, yeah. So, and I think technically I might end up being like the first American like in the world to get on a cruise ship since March. Well, one of them, I guess. I'm assuming somebody has already like as a guest, but I think I'd be one of the first. So I think that'd be, you know, really interesting. We'll have to see though. You might try the app, StreamYard, and have a ticker at the bottom and do a green screen with the app. Oh, really? Yeah, see, I don't know about any of this stuff. Like, that's why I try to like look at other like YouTube influencers that educate people about YouTube, because I don't want my channel to just be some dull, boring thing. I'm not a tech savvy guy, so I look more so into maybe outsourcing it while I learn along the way, because I'm never gonna be this guru that knows how to do all these graphics and stuff like that. I do what I can, but that's also why I'm in the process of looking for an editor or somebody that can help me boost the overall aesthetic look, I guess, for my channel. Like even my thumbnails, you see that, like you got La Lita Loca, and you have Don's Family Vacations. They put their pictures on like the thumbnail. I would love to do that, but I don't know how. So I'm just currently working on like upgrading my channel as I go along. Did I share a cabin with somebody? If yes, did he have a girlfriend? No, I have my own room. I got lucky. I had my own cabin. Actually, like, if you look at my, like, so let's say if you go to my videos and you look through the oldest filters, I did like a little mini tour of my cabin and I showed what it looked like. I showed what some of the officer cabins look like on board as well. Did you find the crew food good or bad? I liked it. You know, I'm not gonna lie, like sometimes the mystery meat was good. It just depends. Like you go there, there's a lot of rice. I mean, that's typically my diet here too. I eat a lot of like meat, beans, rice. So to me, I felt right at home when I ate over there. Which StreamYard, which John used with you the other, oh really? Huh, okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna have to download that. Thank you, I appreciate that, thank you. Do you prefer Ocean Medallion or MSC for me more? MSC, definitely, MSC. So yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to slowly upgrade the channel and I wanna be able to continue giving you guys, you know, valuable content. So like I said, I think moving forward, I don't wanna let all of it go to waste. I'm probably gonna do more informal videos on this one and continue to talk about cruise ship stuff because I have a couple little opportunities coming up as far as maybe potential sponsors and stuff like that for the channel. So I'm gonna keep it this way. It's just gonna get a little bit more vloggy, I guess, later on if things work out and I can actually get on a ship. But like I said, for the fun stuff, you know, because most of you guys know I have a little bit of a heightened or a bigger personality than what I do on my videos, on my normal videos when I'm just giving you information. So I'll just probably put that on my other YouTube channel. That'd be the plan in case you guys want to check that out. And then along with my Airbnb stuff in between like my cruises, if you guys want to see it. Just read your email. Oh, okay, yeah, MGM. Yeah, I do. So I have another interview too with the MGM family travel. I can't wait. So we have an interview on the 1st. I'm really looking forward to it, guys. I really am. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So don't hold back with the questions. I'm an open book. Which cruising have you done? What do you mean, like as far as like cruising for work or for vacation? Let's see, we hear people coming out into Hawaii to have quarantine for 2 weeks. We would love to have fun on our cruise excursions. Yeah, I think we all would, you know. I'm curious as to what the excursion deal is going to be. I know MSC, they made it so, and I talked about this literally months ago, and a lot of people thought it wouldn't happen with cruise lines only letting people off that have excursions, which sucks, but you know, I'm not surprised. I think some cruise lines though may end up playing on these even safer than that and just not doing, you know, they might just do cruises to nowhere if they can. If they can. Vacation. So I've only been on one Carnival cruise ship. That's it. That's the only vacation. That's the only cruise vacation I've ever taken. Like before I got on the ship, I was never much of a cruiser. It was kind of one of those things that my family was doing and that was it. What's the other YouTube channel you do? So I got to revamp it, but it's actually called Jay the Nomad. That's what you look. I mean, you type it in. I don't know if it'll come up or not, but because I don't have a lot of videos on it. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna end up revamping that channel, especially if I start traveling again, just to you know, maybe do something a little bit less formal, I guess you could say. That's the game plan anyway. What position did the officer which you showed have? I think his name was called Jim. He wasn't an officer. He was in my show. So the officer cabin is just the name they give it. That's the cabins that they give the officers. But you don't have to be an officer to have the cabin. They just call it. There's an officer cabin. There's a petty officer cabin. That's just what they call it. To be honest with you, just because it's an officer cabin doesn't mean you have to be an officer to have it. There's just people that maybe have a higher rank on board the ship and they have a little bit of a bigger room. That's all it is. Let's see, comment on the cruise industry's general change with regards to health and safety in this new normal. I hear new normal. It's so weird to me. No, I haven't been on a Princess cruise, by the way. As far as the health and safety, I think MSC, from what I can see, is probably doing the best job. There's only so much you can do. Like, I mean, even the Carnival CEO, you know, Arnold Donald, he was saying that it's almost inevitable that the virus is going to get on the ship. There's nothing anybody could do about that because there's too many false positives. There's too many ways that it can leak through the crack. Every month, there is some new way that studies show that women are more likely to get the virus or somebody with long hair is more likely to get the virus. There's no way to keep it off the ship. They have to have a more solid proof plan to be prepared. You know, you got to be prepared before you do anything else as far as like cruising. If somebody gets the virus on board, are you going to have a room that you're going to put them into quarantine? I think they're doing a pretty good job at that so far. we'll kind of see how it all plays out. Though. Like MSC, we'll probably have to wait like a week or two to figure out exactly what the ending results are for that cruise. Do you think a holiday cruise will go this year? I do not. I really don't. I don't. If there's not any type of confirmation next month about cruising, I don't think so. It'd just be too much of a hassle for them to do that. You're talking about the busiest time of the year, and you're not doing couples cruises. Everybody's going to want to do the family cruises with the elderly family members and stuff like that. I can't see that happening. I really can't. It'd be too much of a hassle for them to deal with. Do you think they'll continue hiring musicians? Yeah, I think they're probably going to not hire as many entertainers. They have to because the ship will be boring otherwise, but I can't see them like full scale hiring the sheer amount of entertainers that they normally did. You'll see a lot of stages go dark. You'll see a lot of, I guess, I don't want to say less quality because, I'm sure people are going to be skilled that are going to be on the ship, but you're not going to see as much due to budget cuts. Because when budget cuts come, the first thing to go is entertainment. It's always has been that way. What ship are you working on? I was working on the Norwegian Escape. NCL Escape. Let's see. Good day, my friend. Sylvester Edwards. How are things going with the Caribbean cruise ship? We're not getting no update from Jamaica. What do you mean? I mean, as far as I know, the Caribbean, they're trying to say that they're going to have cruising back at some point, but the Caribbean is still shut down from this point. There hasn't really been any updates other than them originally saying that they were not going to have cruises out there for a while, and they've changed their rules as far as, cruises going back. Am I going back to work on cruises? No, definitely not. For the reason of the fact that I have a bunch of other things that I have here now that I can't just leave for 6 months anymore. On top of that, there's zero chance of me getting the same opportunities and benefits that I did when I did my longer contract. I had my own room. I had room service. I was only working 2 days a week. I had all the islands, ports off. I will never, ever, 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 ever get that lucky of a contract again. Because you can ask anybody that's ever worked on a cruise ship, I can almost guarantee you, I would pay money to guarantee that almost nobody on this planet has ever had a lax contract like that working on board a cruise ship. So for that reason, I would not go back. I'd go in as a specialty guest. Maybe I can go in and teach some breakdance classes or something like that, but that'd be the gist of it. It'd be like a specialty guest on board. I would never go back on a 6-month contract. Not in the cards for me. Will Alaska be just as packed 2011? What do you mean? Do you know approximately how many officers on the bridge work? I guess I can't give you a number. I mean, it depends on the ship. You know what I mean? If you got like a little small rinky-dink ship, there's not going to be a lot of officers on board. It varies from ship to ship. When do I think cruising will start again? You mean in North America? Because it's already happening in Europe and in parts of Asia. So, I don't know. As far as the United States, it's going to be a while. I could see if there's no announcement or confirmation of cruising happening next month, it's definitely going to be sometime next year. Like I said, I could be wrong, all right? Just a random guy on YouTube. But the thing is, like I said, I just can't see the cruising suddenly out of nowhere happening in November or December because that is literally one of the busiest times of the year. And I think it'd be too much for the cruise lines to handle. I could be wrong, but that's just how I see it. I've been on the ships during holiday season. I know how much of a pain it is. And you're talking about a bunch of people that are already going to be a little bit irritated because of the pandemic. They're not going to want to follow the rules. You're going to deal with a bunch of old people on board. There's going to be family reunions. It'd be too much for the cruise lines to handle. I get they're like a well-oiled machine, but you're talking about bringing the crew members back to get reacclimated to being on cruises again. You're talking about people getting reacclimated to getting on cruises again. You're talking about them readjusting to everything that's going on. So it's yeah, thank you for that, Rob. Yeah, no need for the all caps. It's my opinion, but I think that for cruising to happen during the holiday season would be just too much for them to just suddenly have this huge influx of people suddenly getting back on board cruise ships. Because I think we all know how people get around holiday season. Everybody's a little bit more, cheery to a certain degree. We're in that festive season, that festive mood, but people are also a little bit more emotional. People are also kind of willing to, do their own thing. They're not going to listen to the rules. I think if cruise lines start here in the United States around holiday season, they are setting themselves up for a lot of problems. You know, I just can't see it any other way. We've all lived through Christmas and New Year's and all that. Everybody is that's a time of love, but it's also a time of like anger and everything else that goes on towards the end of the year. You know what I mean? So if that's the case, let's say they start up, imagine what New Year's is going to look like. Who's going to really be following the rules then? You know what I mean? You got to take that into consideration. Do servers and bartenders get mates in cabins, or do they get their cabin to themselves? No, they definitely share. I've never met a bartender or server that had their own room. Not once. Not ever. They definitely share a room. But yeah, so what do you guys think about that? Do you think I'm wrong? Like, I mean, I'm just speaking from personal experience. I think we all know how the holiday season is. I just think it'd be too much for the cruise lines, especially here in the United States, to try to have cruising going on. Because, you know, you got to think that leads into New Year's, and people definitely are not going to follow the rules. They're going to be too drunk, too wild for these New Year cruises, New Year's Eve cruises. You know, it'd be a headache. It really would for them. Yeah, I think cruises will get back to normal next year. Yeah. So we'll see. ACL is doing a Christmas cruise. I had to cancel. They did not cancel me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, the Christmas is still a good ways away. They could still cancel it. Watching the hurricane path? Not really. I mean, like, I keep an eye on it, but I've lived in Florida most of my life. You know, this isn't one of those things that you have to worry about. You know, like, it just depends. It's not directed to my city. It's not even on the path. It's not even a very strong hurricane, so I really don't care, to be honest. I know people that are not from Florida freak out when they hear the word hurricane, but nah, not really. Not really. That's not something to worry about. I will gladly follow the rules and keep cruising. It's not that hard. Just do it. I'm just saying, you know, like, just think about it, though. How many times have you been on a cruise? I'm sure a lot of you have seen it. And I'm sure a lot of you have seen the disrespectful and entitled people that are on board cruises that are as our guests that don't want to follow the rules, that are arguing about nothing. Now imagine when they have to follow more rules when they get back on the ship, especially after being cooped up in their house for the past couple months like they have been and not being able to travel. It's a bunch of problems waiting to happen. It's a bombshell waiting to happen of complaints and, you know, just a bunch of disrespectful people that are entitled and believe that since they paid for the cruise, they don't have to do anything or they don't have to follow the rules. So if they get tested, they can create a bubble on the cruise. Yeah, I mean, they could. No, you're right. But still, look at what happened with MSC. You had that family that defied the rules and decided to go off on their own, do their own thing on the excursion. I guarantee you that would happen again. I guarantee you. There is no doubt in my mind. Because I like to follow the rules, but there'd still be that temptation. If somebody's taking let's say, an ATV excursion, there's always that temptation to be like, yo, let's go kind of break off from the pack and go look over here. You know what I mean? So that's what MSC did, create a social bubble so people could be safe. Yeah. What if there are no shore stops? I mean, it just depends, because then if that's the case, you're not going to get the type of audience that you want, because some people don't want. Some people are like the cruisers, the destination cruisers that actually want to go somewhere. You know what I mean? How are you? I'm doing good. It's been a crazy week, a busy week, but the Philippines, oh, how you doing? How's everything going over there? Yeah, it's been a crazy week, but you know, that's my thing. I don't think cruising will happen this year in the United States. I really don't. I can't see how it could happen. You know, unless there's a vaccine and everybody starts taking the vaccine, which I've already said that in itself is going to be a very, very, very big problem all on its own when the vaccine comes out. So it's not going to be just, all right, vaccine's here, we can go back to our normal life. It doesn't work that way. Do deck officers have long hours as well? I'll put it this way, okay? Unless, and I hate to say it, but this is the flat out truth. Unless you're an entertainment on board the ship, you know, or you're a guest, you're some type of guest, special guest on board the ship, because there is nobody on there that doesn't work long hours, with the exception of maybe entertainment. But we have our times. Somebody gets sick, we got to do a reblock for the show. We got to be there as long as we have to be there. And it happens every now and then. So, crew member from Carnival, what ship did you work on? I do not want to imagine the crew, hold on, the crew from guest services, dining room, short X, dealing with disrespectful and crazy people. And it's inevitable though. It's inevitable. Guys, we've all seen all the videos of people here on land. If people are acting up here on land, what do you think is gonna happen in the middle of the ocean? You know, I don't mean to be negative or pessimistic, but this is just a realistic standpoint from it. There are going to be the Karens out there. There are going to be the people that are saying, well, you know what? I paid $1,000 for this cruise. I get to have whatever I want. The customer comes first. You're going to have those people that are going to be trying to overstep, you know, their boundaries or their opportunity that they have to be on the ship again. I guarantee it. You know, I can see it from a mile away. Oh, the inspiration. Nice. Nice. I mean, yeah, I know you can't wait to go back. At least go back to whatever ship is going to be left, to be honest with you. We'll see what happens with the fantasy class. Yeah, safety comes first. But safety's always been the priority on board cruise ships, and people have defied that and found ways to not be so safe. That will not change. That cannot change because people are they're not dogs. They're not going to be obedient to every single order. Might lie about it for a little bit to get in there, but that's it. I can't see it going really any other way. Cruising in the United States is probably going to happen sometime next year. Because, you know, the stress of holiday season alone is going to be a pain for everybody. Imagine on ships, how often are there lifeboat drills? What, for the crew? You might have that maybe once or twice a month, at least on the one that I was on. Yes, thank you, Scott. Yes, thank you to my moderators. They're always doing a good job. If you guys can hit that like button, I appreciate it. We got 125 people here. We got 74 likes. If you guys can hit the like button, I greatly appreciate it. It helps with the YouTube algorithm and all that. Let's see. I was on Brilliance of the Seas a year ago. Poor guys in the dining room, windjammer, guest services, follow the rules and respect the guest and crew. Yeah, you're right. But I'm telling you, we know that people aren't going to do that. We know for a fact people are not going to do that. You know, like the people that would probably follow the rules for a little while are the people that maybe are watching this stuff and you know, maybe that'd be it, that are watching the cruise stuff and that are really loyal to the industry and that actually are decent people. There are people out here that feel like the cruise is like, all right, well, I'm rich, I got a lot of money, I paid for the cruise, I'm entitled to do and say whatever I want, and everybody else is beneath me that's working on this ship. We all know there are people there that think about these things. There are people there that have that mentality on board the ship. There are plenty of them. There is, I mean, unless you aren't looking or you live under a rock, I mean, you've been on a ship, there is no way you can say you've never seen these types of people on board. They're there, the entitled people. Let's see. Yeah, see, Johnson, I think I did miss your comment. Let me see. What did you say? I don't even see it anymore. I'll keep an eye out. Could you repeat what you said? Let's see. Oh, loving the way your hair, loving your hair way too much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I miss my hair. It's good to be back. Let's see. By the way, I love the t-shirts. Excellent quality, fits perfect. Thank you. By the way, guys, so I am going to be getting rid of all of my, I was going to say later on in the video, but I will be getting rid of all of my merch that I have here in stock because I'm not going to announce them yet, but I am working with a potential sponsorship and they are a clothing brand. So they'll be making my merch for me in the future so that I don't really have to worry about it anymore. And we got a bunch of they got a bunch of, like, I'm talking about hundreds of different items. So yeah, I'm talking about a potential sponsor deal with them right now. And if that goes through, it's going to be, I think, a little bit more fun for my channel as well, because they got all kinds of cool stuff. They even got like cruise ship underwear. It's really interesting. But yeah, so if that partnership goes through, like I'm hoping it is, yeah, they got beanie caps and they said they're willing to make any other item that I want to. So yeah, and they got travel mugs. They have, I'm telling you, these guys have literally everything. So, and they figured that with my channel, because they have a lot of pop culture references, they have a lot of stuff that be a little bit more edgy. So they figured my channel would be a perfect fit for them. So, I mean, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm going to announce when everything's official and there's actually a contract signed. But, you know, obviously, since you guys are on my inside, I figure it's like the real loyal people. And I appreciate you guys that watch the live. I'm just letting you guys know. So, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to do. As far as the inventory that I have left here, I don't have a ton of it, but I'm probably maybe going to do like half off or maybe just do a couple giveaways or something like that of that nature so I can just give all those stuff away because I still got a bunch of these left. I got a ton of shirts left. I got a bunch of hoodies. You know, if worst comes to worst and if I slash the price to half off, maybe like $10 a shirt or something like that, and they don't sell, who knows? I might just do like either a giveaway or somebody's pay shipping and handling. So I'll do something of that nature because, to be honest, like this deal that I'm getting hopefully should be pretty nice, and I want to be able to give you guys better quality too without the hassle of worrying about merch. Because to be honest with you, that's probably like whenever you start a YouTube channel, like people don't understand YouTube is a business. And for me to have like the YouTube channel, make the videos, edit the videos, run a merch line, all that stuff is a headache. It really, really is. You know, and there's times where I feel like I'm in over my head because there's just so much stuff to worry about that, you know, and even when I try to relate it to explain it to people, they're just like, nah, it doesn't work that way. So no, I'm not going to change the logo. No, I love my logo. It's all going to be, I'm just going to have basically another manufacturer for it. We can hold a contest of some type on Facebook. Yeah, to get rid of all of it. Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. We'll see how it all works. Like I said, I mean, to be honest with you guys, like I did pay a lot of money for the merch that I have here. I don't want to give all of it away, but I would like to give some giveaways for those of you out there that maybe want it. You know, especially like right now, because the shipping of the stuff, it really adds up. You know, you're talking about like a hoodie or something like that. It costs like $7 to ship, and if I'm doing like 10 or 15 items shipping out, it adds up. It really does. Like I've had that happen plenty of times. I'm just like, oh wow, I just paid like $200 in shipping. You know what I mean? So I'll figure it out, and I'll make sure I let everybody know, because this deal, if everything goes right, should be starting at the beginning of the month of September. So I'm probably gonna try and get rid of everything before then. Let's see. Oh, I can't miss C. Johnson's rule again, his comment again. What I said was, if there are any large group of people decide that they do not like a certain rule and decide to ignore that rule, then there is effectively no rule. Yeah, you're right. But that's what I'm saying. Like if everybody automatically decides on the ship, oh, we don't care about social distancing, we don't care about the mask, you're talking about a lot of problems for the cruise line, because the CDC and the government officials are not going to care that the people as a collective said, you know what, we're not going to follow the rules. You know what I mean? So let's see, but no, that makes sense. I get what you're saying, Steve Johnson, but you're right. That doesn't just, you know, get rid of the rule. Is there a merch link in the bio? There will be after the video uploads. If you look at my older videos, I do have the link to my merch store. It's all there. So if you guys want to check that out, feel free. But like I said, maybe within today or tomorrow, I'm probably going to slash the prices like at least to 50%. That way I can start getting rid of this stuff and we can go from there. Let's see. Something I was looking for. Okay, I pray your sponsor comes through. Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, it would be nice. It definitely would be nice, because right now, you know, YouTube isn't paying what it normally does, and you know, it's just, we got to keep it moving. There's a lot of things that I would love to do with the channel, but you know, it's not all about the money. I'm sure you guys know that, but we're all adults. The mission has to be funded. Things cost money, from the computer to the merch. All this stuff costs money. That's just how it works, you know. And I would love to be able to continue pushing the channel. You're my favorite. Thank you. Like, you know, like, so my thing is, like, I mentioned this in like the interview I just did, and like I said, once it's posted up, I'll be sure to let you guys know. My interest is in travel, because I think travel is the greatest teacher. I think, you know, especially like in America and the United States, if people traveled a lot more, they'd have a different understanding. They'd have a lot more perspectives. They'd have a different mindset when it came to understanding that not everybody lives the way that they do. They'd have an understanding about the world. And for that reason, this is why I do what I do, even with the ship life. Like I use this to basically educate people more, so just to be like, look, you could travel and you can see things. Oh, well, yeah, guys, my moderator Rob just put a link to the store in the feed. So if you guys want to check that out, I appreciate it. Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. But yeah, guys, so like overall, like I would love to, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to be like some charity or something like that, but I'd love to be like one of the guys that gives away like free cruises, like a 4-pack to like a family that maybe couldn't afford it otherwise. You know, I would love to do something of that nature, because I think when people see more, they want to do more. You know, if I hadn't traveled, I wouldn't be who I am. I wouldn't be where I am. I'd be some random guy, maybe like a nurse, a male nurse, and nothing wrong with that, but you know, there's so much to this world now, and it's so easily accessible, and people don't think about that. So I would love to be able to, you know, give opportunities to people and say, hey, you know, the family 4-pack, just let's give it away to somebody, or let's, you know what I mean, make a deal with one of these cruise lines. I think it would be the most amazing thing, because like imagine a kid from like a poor neighborhood go on a cruise, go out to the ocean, go to these islands and say, oh my God, there's actually more to the world than where I live. That's my ultimate goal, because I think people would be a little bit betterly educated than what they are now. Because I don't care what anybody says, like no type of formal education is going to prepare you for the world. You know, this is the new world that we live in, and it's full of so much ignorance, and I don't like it. So, you know, that's why I'm very transparent with my channel. I don't have this obsession with cruise lines. I'm not a travel agent. I love the water, I love travel, but my investment is in traveling and in people, and that's why I'm trying to build the channel the way I am. You know, but that's why I try to have the straightforward approach too. But I think later on when I get on cruises, I'm probably gonna do a little bit more fun stuff, because I mean, I get for a lot of people, my videos aren't exactly what they want, because, you know, it can be a little boring sometimes, to be honest. I get a little bored talking about some of the stuff that I talk about, but I know that people want information. You know what I mean? So I try my best. I see you guys notice I've been putting little skits and stuff here, try to make it a little bit more fun. But I don't put in too much, because I also understand my age demographic. The people that are watching my show are like 47 and up, like the average age. So yeah, you should model some of the shirts. Yeah. So I mean, right now I got mock-ups of like basically fake people modeling it. But either way, I'm probably gonna post something. I might have some people, whenever I come out with my other merch, if I get the sponsor, I'm gonna do some more stuff with it as well. Like, there's so many ideas running through my head with this new company. If they sponsor me, it's going to be a good time for sure. And I think you guys will like the company and what they have to offer as far as merchandise too. But yeah, I don't want to make this whole like live stream about merch or anything like that, or have some deep conversation with everybody. So yeah, let's talk more about the cruise stuff. So what questions do you guys have? Like I said, I don't know everything, but I do have the assumptions, just considering the information that I know. Let's see. With the capacity of passengers going to be set on most ships restarting, a lot of the crew won't be recalled, especially Oh, yeah, you're right. Indonesia, Philippines. Yeah, that's why I said at the beginning, you know, a lot of people got mad when I made my videos. I tried to put my best to put it out there to say, look, guys, like, this is going to get bad. This is back in like March, like the beginning of March. I was like, this is going to get bad. Like, whoever's a crew member, you should like maybe look for a job, or just prepare, because there's going to be layoffs. And people got really, really angry about that. And I'm like, look what's happening now. A lot of people aren't going to get their jobs back. So it's like it behoove of you just to kind of like move and at least plan, you know, like some type of safety net for yourself. Because as you can see, there's going to be less ships out there, less crew members that they need on board the ship. And here's where we are. So was I on the Insignia? No, I've never been on the Insignia. Let's see, I missed one. I think your niche is literally cruise news. You make it really interesting and less boring. I actually listen to everything you have to say, and that's important. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I think the cruise news thing is definitely, I mean, if you guys notice, I've been literally running with that. You look at my older videos, I didn't do anything like cruise news. I literally saw, like, in March, an opportunity to kind of pivot instead of just talking about crew member stuff, because the stuff would get views, but it wasn't, I wasn't on the ship anymore. So people like a visual, and since I wasn't on board the ship, my opinion doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it was. So the cruise news stuff works. I'm going to continue that, but I just think whenever cruising comes back, or if I can get on a ship, maybe in Europe, I'm going to continue that just with a little bit more of a visual. So yeah, how much will you have to curtail your truthfulness to maintain your sponsor? That's the beautiful part. I don't. I wouldn't partner with somebody that makes me change the way I speak about things. You know, I couldn't do it, to be honest. Like, I'm not gonna sacrifice the way I feel about certain things. Like, don't get me wrong. There's maybe words that I might limit on how I would say something, but I'm not gonna limit my opinion on, because I mean, obviously, if somebody's gonna sponsor my channel and my brand, then they must have saw something that they liked about the original content that I was doing. That's how I look at it. Any news yet at the return of the MSC Grandiosa? No, I just know that they've returned. I'm doing some digging. I'm sure there might be something tomorrow or maybe sometime in the future. So we'll see. Yeah, integrity matters. But, you know, I figure, especially I've already talked to these guys, if they're trying to sponsor me in order to change my channel, why are they there? That doesn't make sense. So I like you and Don's channel, very raw and very real. You do have younger viewers here as well. Oh yeah, I know I have younger viewers, but I try to look at least maybe once a week at my analytics. I'm just saying the overall viewership, the age demographic on the people that watch my channel are the same thing you would see for cruisers. The average cruiser is 47 years old, and typically my demographic that watches my videos are 47 and up. The average. You know what I mean? I know there are people that are my age, maybe a little bit younger that watch too, but that's just the average. Today, there's nothing else, no room with that post. You're not getting any blowback. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I'm so confused. Do you think Key West will ban cruise ships? Well, they do have to vote. I don't know. I think they may limit at the end. You know, I mean, if somebody lives in Florida, you gotta think our whole state, a lot of our revenue comes from tourism, period. So for them to completely get rid of cruise ships, I don't know. I mean, I know it causes the pain over there, over in Key West. I think they might limit the amount of ships that go there. I guess they don't want it to end up looking like another Bahamas or something of that nature, or maybe the port of Miami, something like that, you know, Fort Lauderdale. I think he's saying your honesty gets you blowback and people don't like YouTubers, oh, okay, that are straightforward about topics. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right about that. I mean, that's the nature of the beast. I mean, no matter what I do, people are always going to critique and they're going to get mad or they're going to say something that, you know, that they, you know, that if I'm being honest, I'm at some point going to say something that somebody doesn't agree with. And that's just how it is. There's nothing I can do about that. Nothing. A cruise map for Carnival Panorama looks to be heading toward Hawaii. Why are they doing that? That's a good question. I mean, maybe they found a better place where they could stock up on supplies without dealing with the hassle. Maybe there's too many cruise ships over where they are. There's a lot of reasons. I mean, honestly, that's probably the best reason that I can come up with. It's probably just, you know, they found it maybe an easier way to fuel up or easier place to stick out at, you know, ride this whole situation out. I enjoy your straightforward videos. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, I think it's the best way to go about it. You said that everything you said is going to get people mad. There's nothing you could say that would get negative responses. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, and the way I see it too, if you don't have people that are angry at you or that are hating on you, you're doing something wrong. You know, my channel, you know, I'm not trying to brag, but my channel speaks for itself. My channel is growing than any of these guys. It's not as big as La Lita Loca or Don's Family Vacation, but my channel is growing faster than all of theirs. And that's not a brag, but it just means that I'm doing something right and people appreciate the value that I'm bringing. So I don't, that's for that reason, that's why I keep going. I don't change that, you know? And to me, it's just getting me more and more to the next platform that I'm trying to reach. Let's see. I got X Crew on the Grandiosa, been minority packs, floating rules, etc. Okay. FMB Crew say to me that plastic face mask is hard to work with, sweating, etc. Oh yeah, I bet. That's what I'm saying. I think that's going to be an issue for guest and crew. Heard QS only plan to do smaller ships. I heard that too. But that's what I'm saying. I think they may come to like some type of conclusion, some type of understanding where they could have a couple big ships at certain parts of the year. There are a lot of ports that are going to be doing that in the near future. They're not going to completely get rid of big ships, but they're going to, you know, downsize and say, all right, well, we can only have X amount of large mega ships here a month. I could see that happening. What about this announcement tonight as a possible cure for COVID? There's always a possible cure for COVID. That's been talks for literally the past couple months. I'll believe it when I see it. Can you put up a group cruise on your calendar like February 2022? I am working on that. I am. You know, unfortunately, I was working on that originally with my sponsor because he was a travel agent. Unfortunately, he passed away last week. So yeah, I mean, I just figured right now I'm slowly diving into that and looking into it, but there's not really a point right now because nobody knows what the future of cruising is looking like, you know? So I have dates that I'm looking at, but there's no point in making an announcement because we don't know what's going on. I think cruising is a thing of the past. I don't think so. I don't think so. There's too much demand for it. Way too much demand. The way it's gonna go down, possibly that might change, but I don't think it's gonna go away. It can't. Let's see, will you go back to working on cruise ships once cruising resumes? No, I wasn't even, like, even when cruising was happening, I wasn't working. Last time I worked on a cruise ship was February of last year. I'm not going back to work on a cruise ship. Definitely not. Money's not there, and I'm on to other things now. Like, you know, to be honest with you guys, like, I try to be as transparent as I can. Like, most months, I make more money with my YouTube channel making videos every day. Don't get me wrong, it's a grind, but I make more money doing this than I did on my cruise ship. You know what I mean? Like, as far as an accumulation of like the merch and the donations, the super chats, the ad revenue, it goes up and down, it fluctuates. But between that and the other work that I do here on land, because I just got a contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers performing for them during their shows. You know, like, I'll take this stuff any day of the week as opposed to being stuck on a ship for 6 months because it gets tiring after a while. and you have more time to yourself. Yeah, exactly. I can spend time with my son. He hates when I'm gone, and I did it for a long time. So, any idea how many people would be able to shop at their favorite stores since you cannot get off the? Oh, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I wonder how they're gonna do it. It's gonna hurt the revenue of the ports, for sure. It's definitely gonna hurt the revenue. So I just wonder what that's going to do for the ports, Bahamas, Alaska. I'm curious. I believe cruising is the ultimate breakaway and inclusive on the high seas. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a rebuild for sure, a restructuring of the industry. But hopefully, if things work out, that's where people like me come in. I mean, that's why a lot of reasons I'm trying to rebuild my influence, build my influence up, because it would be nice to see, let's say, somebody like my age joining cruising and really getting involved, even with all the changes and stuff like that. So maybe I could just use my influence to encourage people to get back on cruising as well. But the demand is high either way. So cruising's not going anywhere. We are a mess in Belize right now. We're also doing good. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Like, I feel bad for a lot of these ports with them having literally zero revenue coming in right now. I hope everything will be okay very soon. Me too. Me too. I just think it's confusing. Maybe it's just me, but I drove around, like last night, for example. I think I told you guys, like, even between these videos, in between my shows and stuff, I do Uber and like just picking up people too and having conversations. I went to like my downtown and the bars are open. And I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. Like, the bars are open, there's, and all this other situations going on. We're supposed to be getting better in social distancing, and it's not happening. I'm so confused right now. I really am. Channel side? No, sorry. I meant to say like St. Pete. I consider like Tampa Bay area. No, there are a couple bars in Ybor that are open, but downtown St. Pete, everything is open except for the big clubs. Everything. It didn't make sense. So I'm just confused. I'm like, okay, well, what's going to happen next, I guess. We're all literally just playing the waiting game and figuring out what the next move is. You got the economy doing its own thing. You got all these places right now that are just kind of like, we got to wait and see what happens. I feel bad, like I said, though, for the ports that have zero revenue coming in. There are people that are struggling, I guarantee it right now. Let's see. You think cruises will begin in January 2021? No. They might do it as like, because that'd be a lighter part of the year. That might be an opportunity for them to do like some test runs. So that'd be the only reason I could see it happening, but I could see cruising happening maybe the very beginning or right before spring. I think it'd go that way. I disagree. I think cruises will be back in early 2021. But that's what I'm saying. No, I think like, they might do a little test runs in like January, February, but they'll probably be back in spring. Let's see. I'm watching this whole isolated positive with COVID. I see no symptoms, probably systematic passing it. Until the vaccine, I don't see any cruising happening anytime soon. You might be right. You live in Tampa. Why does people tell me to live in Tampa all the time. Nobody contacts me. I don't have any friends. Come on. Let's get like, some lunch or something. I've been to Tampa before. When will cruising start like normal, you think? Cruising is not, the world is not going back to normal, guys. I mean, that's the honest truth. There's just too much there's too many, I guess, holes that have been unearthed, I guess you could say. Like, there's so many issues that need to be changed. There's going to be a new normal. As much as I hate saying that, there will be a new normal. Let's see, Rob, if you were in Tampa, would happily come have a beer with you. That'd be great. Well, Rob, I actually got to talk to you. So I might end up pivoting. I'm trying to get over to France. I might end up going to the UK because I'm seeing it's a little bit more difficult to get over to France than it will be for the UK. So I might end up contacting you because I might need some information as far as getting all that done. I'll see you in Tampa after Memorial Day. Well, hey, contact me. I'm here. You stay on Waters. Dude, I'm literally I'm in Ybor. Dude, hit me up on Facebook or something. We can talk. Pretty sure there'll be a big change on the cruise. There'll be changes every aspect of the world, guys. You hit me up so we can get some drinking. Yeah, no, I definitely will. I'm trying to get all that sorted out. Like I said, I pushed my date back to go to Europe because I don't want to get stuck in an airport or something like that. You guys seen Terminal with Tom Hanks? I don't want that to be me. You know what I mean? Because if I get stuck in an airport trying to get over to Europe and I get stuck in some random place like Portugal or something like that, and the only way to get home is to buy like a $5,000 ticket. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's say you go visit your girlfriend, haven't tuned in for a while. No, I'm working on that right now. I was gonna leave this week. The thing is, we're just playing everything by ear because we contacted the French embassy and they're trying to get the paperwork sorted out because I'm trying to go through every avenue that I can so I have everything as organized as I can be so I don't have any issues. So there's still a couple things that we need to figure out before I end up buying my ticket. I am gonna buy my ticket last minute, but it's what we gotta do. So we're just looking more so into the very beginning of September, like around the 7th or 8th now. If Tom Hanks can do it, you can. Imagine if I was just stuck in an airport and I kept doing my ShipLife videos. Carmine's restaurant. Yeah, exactly. My friend works at Carmine's. Let's see. Yes, only cruise have changes. Yeah, but the whole world. Like, we can't. How can we go back to normal? I know a lot of people that maybe have gotten out, that haven't gotten out much, think everything is going to just disappear and we're going to go back to normal like nothing happened. I promise you. I promise you. Talk to people around the world. You have friends in anywhere else in the world, but like, I promise you, we're not going back to normal. Thanks, Scott. Yeah, we got 10 minutes, guys. I'm still gonna keep up with the questions. We'll go from there. I'm sorry, Jay, but I gave you Facebook because I observed being weaponized. No, I understand. Yeah, trust me, I get it. There's a lot of things that go on social media. You'd have to rename your videos to plane life or airport life. Yeah, I'd probably start like another YouTube channel or something like that, or maybe on one of my other YouTube channels. So we'll see. Thank you. Yeah, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that like button. I would greatly appreciate it. What do you think about air travel? Would the terminals be full again by the end of 2021? Nah, not by the end of 2021. But one thing I am betting on is there will be a travel boom at some point if given that cruise lines and travel is still reasonably priced. I flew to Croatia, but they didn't want to let me in the country. No way. I thought Croatia was the place that you can go without any problems. Liz, wait, so what ended up happening? Are you stuck somewhere? I heard Croatia, like even as an American, you can go there without dealing with any problems. Let's see. I was so excited here in Belize because we were supposed to open up the airport the 8th of August and went from like 40 cases to 650 like in a month. Wow, now you're back on lockdown. Exactly. Give us the grand tour of Charles de Gaulle on your channel. That'd be cool. Said, nope, we have a 2-week quarantine now. If you go to Croatia, wow. Oh yeah, because I guess they're kind of back on lockdown, right? Isn't that what it is, Rob? I think so. All I know is as soon as DCL are going, my wife and I will be out in the first. Okay, I don't blame you. But planes flying now. It's ironic that the 2-meter rule is not installed on planes and on ships. I guess because you can't. You really can't. How many days a week off if you're a server or a bartender? You might get half a day, to be honest. If you're a server or a bartender on board a ship, you'll be lucky to get half a day off a week. That's just the honest truth. I have friends that were servers and bartenders. Maybe just because I was with NCL, I don't know. But you'll get maybe a day off every now and then, but it's usually like a half a day. That's how it is. Port days? No, definitely not. They're weird about that. You know, you would think when everybody's off, all the guests are off, they give people a little bit more opportunity to get off, but nah, it's more of like a chillaxed works day for you, to be honest. That's usually how it is. So yeah, I don't like to be pessimistic about the situation. I just can't see it cruising happening until next year. In the United States, anyway. In Australia, we've heard nothing about Central America in relation to COVID. I'm hoping to retire there. You should. I think everybody should retire somewhere outside of their, where they were born. How about the storekeeper? How they operate? Same thing. The storekeepers are going to work in different stores around the ship. And if not, they're going to be stocking or whatever. How much longer without your NCL Oreo Cheesecake? Do not remind me about the Oreo Cheesecake. I miss it. I really do. I miss it. I'm going to start searching the dark web and find the information of the cook that makes the Oreo cheesecake and go kidnap them. Is it really difficult working on a cruise ship? No. It depends on your personal preference on what you consider difficult. And if you're not an adaptable person. I think working on a cruise ship is something I'd recommend to anybody because it teaches you, but you have to be an adaptable person. If you're not down with staying in small places, if you're not down with living in a high school, college-like environment where everybody knows your business and you're not down with working all the time, You won't survive. You will not survive on the ship. Let's see, husband has Croatian passport, so they let me in. Oh, okay. 2-week quarantine. Okay, that's good. That's good. What would you do if you finally get back on the Norwegian ship and there's no Oreo cheesecake? You don't even want to know what I'm gonna do if there's no Oreo cheesecake. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna write a letter. And then if I'm on board, I'm gonna ask to speak to the captain. And he's not gonna like what I have to say. That's just the truth. So don't mess with my Oreo cheesecake. Let's see, I wanna go do an inventory job on a cruise ship, like one of those supplies, whole ship. Oh, yeah, I mean, that's what you want. It's long hours working on the cruise, that's all. Who moved my Oreo cheesecake? Banana cream pie? Nah, that's disgusting. That's nasty. I heard New Zealand is one of the best dealings with the coronavirus. Yeah, you know, everybody blasts that around all over the place. But you gotta understand, New Zealand isn't exactly a big place, guys. New Zealand is not a big place. You know, it's not a United States, it's not a Europe, you know, so you gotta take that into consideration. There has to be a recipe for Oreo cheesecake. Yeah, there is a recipe, but I want it how they make it, that's all. Depends if you like your job. Yeah, exactly. If you're working on the ship. Guys, we got 5 minutes left. I'm gonna try to get to as many questions as I can, but yeah. NCL hasn't been good since they got rid of the SS Norway. Wow, I'm guessing that was a while back. I mean, I had fun working on the ship, to be honest. Switzerland's doing well too. Yeah, I'm sure they are. Shoot, they got a lot of money over there too. Let's see, what am I missing here? There was something I was looking for, it just disappeared. Yeah, of course they are, yeah. Sweden, they're doing well too. When we get on the port, do you think we get to go on land to explore? Nah, I don't see that happening for a while. It's going to be how MSC is doing it. I think a lot of people, if this is successful and MSC doesn't have any problems about the virus on their ships and passengers contracting the virus, most cruise lines are going to adopt the same method that they used as far as having people that only have booked excursions to go on board the ship. I need to make a video about that because there's a lot of controversy around that, saying that cruise lines are only using it as a ploy to up their revenue that they're going to make for the, you know, their cut for the excursions. That might be true, you know, but you know, you can argue that they're still erring on the side of caution too, but it's kind of like a win-win for them. That means the people have to book directly with the cruise line. They can't go off in port and book or anything like that. So there is a recipe online, but it's not the same, just like back on the ship. But you got to find it, you know? It's not the same. Let's say, Rob, they're going to limit nationalities who can come on board the ship sailing to Europe. I think there's going to be a case if cruising starts back in, again over here. Yeah, no, you're right. It's inevitable. There's too many loopholes. There's too many loopholes. Yep, thanks, Scott. Yeah, guys, 3 minutes left. Let's get your questions in. Let's see, the Grandiosa only had Italians. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If it's inevitable that once they start really letting people in, there are going to be people on the ship with the virus. I promise. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. What about Port Nassau, where you walk through all the shops? All that is shut down. You think when cruising resumes? Yeah, probably. Probably. But for that reason, I don't think Nassau will open back up if they can't. Jay Skill, want to come to Colorado and go hunting with us? Hunting? I've never been hunting. We're in Colorado. I've only been there twice. I'd love to come. I mean, flights are cheap right now. Don't tempt me with a good time. Too bad Cheesecake Factory doesn't have good Oreo cheesecake. Yeah, it's okay. It's just, yeah, you know, we gotta wait to see how all of it goes. Did they scrap the Carnival Pride? No, was it the Pride? No, they haven't yet. Let's see. Listen, I want you to do me a favor. Can you? Oh, it's that. Where'd it go? Can you find out how much the hotel storekeeper makes on the ship? It depends on where you're from. It depends on where you're from. Ha, Rob Purge. It depends on where you're from. I can't give you a direct answer of where, you know what I mean, like of how much somebody's making. I did that in a video talking about how much money people make on the ship. There is no definitive, all-purpose answer for everybody because it depends on your department, your nationality, your contract type. It depends, no matter what position it is. MSC Grandiosa, first cruise complimented with 0 coronavirus cases. It's confirmed? Cool. Well, I'm going to look into it, guys. Like I said, I am going to talk about it tomorrow. So, yeah, that's the plan. That is definitely the plan. So, we'll see. Like I said, guys, I think Jordan F. Martin that I did an interview with, he is going to post a video about the interview that I did. So, I'll put it on my Facebook page if you guys want to talk about it. We talked about cruise stuff. We talked about life. So if you guys want to see a video, I guess, of me talking about like stuff that isn't just about cruising too, I talked about all that stuff, my mindset about how my channel got started and where I plan to take it in the future. Because I see some people saying 800 a month. Yeah, there are people that make that much. There are people that make that much. So shady market. Yeah, you're right. It depends on the position on board. Yeah, it depends on the position. It depends on the cruise line. It depends on your nationality. There are so many factors. Like I can't even you can't even name all of them. That determines how much you're gonna make on board. You know, that's just, there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's interesting industry. That's for sure. Interesting. Do you think Carnival in the future cruising to nowhere? Let's see, missed that one. Cruising to nowhere with port shops. I don't see it happening. Like unless we completely get rid of this coronavirus situation, I don't see it happening. I really don't. Anyway, guys, it's about that time. I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. I said I'm gonna go search. I think my friend Jordan F. Martin did put the video up, so I'm gonna look for that, post that up, probably watch a little bit of it. And that's it. I gotta go take care of some more stuff and start my research for tomorrow's video. I'll have a video up in the morning, guys. I see the morning times have been kind of working for everybody. That way everybody can get a chance when they wake up or whatever the case to watch the video. So I'm gonna continue doing that because it seems to be working. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. Thank you so much for coming out. You guys be safe out there, social distance, I guess, and we'll keep, figuring it out. And if everything works out, I will be hitting hopefully 40,000 subscribers this month. We'll see. Fingers crossed. I got to keep pushing. Anyway, guys, I'll see you later and take care. Ciao. Au revoir.